Shot one. Let's get right to it. Okay. Alright, we're going to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh by Shema Bashar. Down honor to the apostle, brothers, elder, great bill store. Shalom to the host, the elect. Shalom. The title is Below You, the Trumpet. So we're just going to get into this lesson. Below You, the Trumpet. I'm just going to get right into it. Okay, let's get right into it.
I want my grandchildren to be able to enjoy the Minnesota great outdoors without the health impacts and increased air.
Division is dedicated to the storage, maintenance, and
So, hold on. What did I do wrong?
Get ready, folks. This is some of the
So you see here, it's an alarm, nuclear training, the moving nuclear plants by Russia.
bad news that we were hoping not to see but have been watching out for. It's being reported that Russia has now sent bombers to nuclear weapons bases, which are noted by satellite companies as irregular presence events, as fears of World War III rise, and not just World War III, but nuclear war number one. Analysts interpreted the phrase as yet another threat by Putin to deploy the nuclear arsenal of Russia if the West continues to support the Ukrainian army. Newly released satellite images appear to show that the Russian president may be preparing to make good on these nuclear threats. Israeli intelligence firm ImageSat International said that they have detected these irregular presence events of Russian Tu-160s and Tu-95 strategic bombers at the airbase near Finland. The satellite photos that were taken by the company reveal the presence of 4 Tu-160s at the base on August 21st and 3 Tu-95s on September 25th. The military base is located on the Kola Peninsula near the Murmansk area. These areas house a number of tactical and strategic nuclear weapons, as well as Russia's Northern Fleet. Now, immediately, as soon as I told you that this was delivered by a Israeli intelligence firm that gives and looks over and combs over satellite imagery, I'm sure a lot of you might have said, well, then that's Israel pushing for a Russian conflict, a Russian war. And we're kind of at the point right now that it doesn't matter who says or who does what. We have to watch the reactions of these nuclear powers, because at the end of the day, when the bombs fly, it matters less about who said something leading up to this as for covering your butt and finding shelter, knowing how to deal with radiation, and doing each one of these things. Through ongoing patterns of life, the systems indicate that Engels Air Base is the possible departure point of the strategic bombers that were detected. The 160s, Tu-160s, and 95s are capable of carrying both cruise missiles and strategic nuclear weapons. A war analyst on social media wrote that on September 26th, information was received from several unrelated sources in different army units that were located in the Kherson region and in the occupied part of the region that houses a nuclear power plant, that troops began to be issued radioactive protection suits and other radioactive protection equipment. They were given iodide. They were given drugs designed to protect against radiation. The same source posted a screenshot of a purchase order from Moscow's regional authorities for massive amounts of potassium tablets. They wrote a position of potassium for the amount of 5 million rubles appeared in the state procurements of Moscow. Why now? Speaking of Lyman, it is an opportunity to go further into this region and psychologically very important, says the siding factor of the war. Luhansk's governor, Heidi, said that in his Telegram channel, the occupiers trapped in Lyman asked the Russian command to allow them to leave the city, but they were refused. Reports are coming in just today showing that a Russian nuclear military train has been sighted and it is on the move in what experts are saying is a possible warning to the West that Russia is fully prepared to escalate the Ukrainian conflict into a limited nuclear war. According to the reports, a large freight train moving specialist military equipment that strategists say are directly associated with the known nuclear arms controlling division of Russia's defense ministry had been spotted on the move. This, together with our first report today, prompting concerns across the entire world that Russia will soon escalate this conflict into nuclear war number 1. We just keep seeing these things happen. Look at what's happened with Credit Suisse. Look at what is happening in the global marketplace, what's happening with the energy war. We're seeing Germany now come out and say, absolutely, we are in a worldwide energy war and conflict. The economy around the world is in shambles. Prices are up higher than ever before. It's just making headlines today that 60 to 65% of Americans are now living paycheck to paycheck. That means that they can't go 1 week sick without it severely affecting their livelihood and possibly putting them into a position where they will be furthered into debt and maybe even bankruptcy. 1 single week of work because of an illness. This is such a division of the pawns and the kings and the queens that we have almost no choice but to see some sort of revolution in the near future. There has always been a model. That model said that if you keep the people fed, if you keep their energy price and energy.
All right, let's move on. Let's get right into scriptures. Let's go to Joel chapter 2 verse 1. Joel chapter 2 verse 1. It said, blow you the trumpet in Zion and sound a alarm in my holy mountain. Let all inhabitants of the land tremble, for the day of the Lord come forth is not at hand. Right, blow your trumpet. Let's say the terrible vision. Joel 2 verse 1. Blow you the trumpet in Zion and sound an alarm in my holy mountain. Let all inhabitants of the land tremble, for the day of the Lord come forth is not at hand. Joel chapter 2 verse 10. The earth shall quake before them, the heavens shall tremble, the sun and the moon shall be darkened, and the stars shall draw thy shine. Verse 11. And the Lord shall utter his voice before his army, for his camp is very great, for he is strong that execute his words. For the day of the Lord is great and very terrible, and who can abide it? Right? Who can abide it? Let's go into NLT. Let's go back to the other one, Joel 2:1 in the NLT. It said, sound alarm in Jerusalem, raise a battle, and cry on my holy mountain. Let everyone tremble and fear, because the day of the Lord is upon us. Right, upon us. Let me read that again. Joel chapter 2 verse 1, it says, sound the alarm in Jerusalem. Rise the battle, and cry on my holy mountain. Let everyone tremble and fear, because the day of the Lord is upon us. Right, upon us. Joel chapter 2 verse 10. The earth quakes as the heaven tremble, the sun and the moon grows darkness, and the star no longer shine. The Lord is at the head of the clinging. He lead them with a shout. This is the mighty armor, as they follow in order. The day of the Lord is as some terrible thing. Who can possibly survive it? Right, who's probably gonna survive? Right, survive. All right, move on. Let's see. Let's go to Ezekiel chapter 7. verse 1. Okay, Ezekiel chapter 7, verse 1, it said, Moreover, the word of the Lord came to me, say, Also, thou son of man, thou said the Lord, power unto the land of Israel, and the end is coming upon the four corners of the land. Now now is the end coming upon thee, and I would send my anger upon thee, and I would judge thee according to thee all thy abomination. And my eyes should not spare thee, neither would I have pity, but I will recompense thy ways upon thee, and thy abomination shall be in the midst of thee, and I shall know that you should. By Shema verse 5, thou said the Lord, power, and evil, and only evil, behold, is coming. And the end is coming, and watch for thee. Behold, it is coming, right? It is coming. Ezekiel chapter 7, verse 14, it said, Thou hast blown the trumpet even to make all ready, but none go to the battle, for my wrath is upon all the multitudes thereof. Right, they had blown the trumpet. We had again Joel, I said Joel. Ezekiel chapter 7, verse 14, they had blown the trumpet even to make all ready, but none go to the battle, for my wrath is upon all the multitudes thereof. Right. Ezekiel chapter 7, verse 25, destruction coming, and there shall see peace, and there shall be none. Right, destruction is coming. They shall see peace, and there shall be none. Let me see the NLT. Let me see what they give me on this. Let's go to Ezekiel chapter 7, verse 6 again. It's at the end have came, it had finished and arrived. Your finished doom is waiting. Oh, man. Let's read it again. Ezekiel chapter 7, verse 6 again. The end had came, it had finished and arrived. Your finished doom is waiting. Verse 7, and O my people Israel, the day of destruction is draw. The time had came, the day of trouble is near. Shout in anguish, and I will be heard on the mountain, not shout for joy. Ezekiel 7, verse 25. It said, Terrible and tremble will I overcome my peoples. They will look for peace, but not find it. Right? They can look for peace and not find it. Ezekiel chapter 7, verse 25. Terror and tremble will overcome my peoples. They will look for peace, but not find it. Right, but not find it. All right, let's go to Jeremiah 28, verse 7. Okay, not to be too long. Jeremiah 28, verse 7. Nonetheless, hear now this words that I speak in thy ears, and the ears of all the peoples, the prophet that had been before me and before thee of old prophet, both against many countries, against great kingdom of war and evil and of pestilence. Right. As we get Jeremiah 28, verse 8, the prophet that had been before me and before thee even of old prophet. Before thee of old prophet, both against many countries and against great kingdoms of war and of evil and of pestilence. All right, let's go to Matthew. No, let's go to Matthew 16, verse 3. Matthew 16, let's go to verse 2. And he answered and said unto me, when it even yet say it would be far weather, for the sky is red, and the morning till it will be far weather. O day, today, for the sky is red. And Lord, O you hypocrite, you could discern the face of the sky, but can you not discern the signs of the time? Right, discernment, the signs of the time. And let's go into some news articles. You know, the signs of the time. Let's go into this. See what we get in here. Hold on, messing up. So you see what's going on, right? Can you discern the signs of the time? Let's get right to it. All right, let me see. Let's get on Putin. You see what they say. How long? This was a week ago. Don't want that. Not now. Let me. Where's it at? Nope, this ain't it. So could you discern the signs of the time? So our people don't have no idea. You see a deal with Pooh of nuclear blackmail. Nope, that's not what. Children live with one. Best 2 weeks ago was I don't know which one is that. Just her. Hold on for a minute. Let me see if I can look it up on my phone. If I can't find it, I'm trying to be all day looking for it. What we got here? Let me see. Nope, I'm not trying to be all day. I'm just trying to go in a couple scriptures and. All right, I can't find it, but let me see. Best location. I'm looking for that. I think this one number right here. We'll check this out. You see from CIA director on the Persia warning that U.S. LA would destroy Russian troops in Ukraine and sink the Black Sea fleet from Putin using nuclear weapons, radiation cooking. So you see the time they be coming into. Discerning the signs. What else they get me? What they say? Not what I'm looking for. Nope. No, that's not it. What else? Okay. Nope, not what I'm looking for. We'll get there. It's a poem with large submarine nuke. It says submarine nuke and taking war escalation. Look at the time we are coming into. Look at this, all about nuclear wars going on. Air Force is looking at new IUCBM missile nuclear attack. Man, we have some serious time. Look at this one right here. How to prepare for a nuclear attack, man. And now people don't know what's going on, man. People's blinded out here at the time that we coming into. Boy, you're in some evil times, man. You see, you say prepare for it. Don't prepare with fear, prepare for information, nuclear survival. I don't know about you gonna survive in this. No. Let me see what I can get. Was I messing up? Oh no. Okay. I don't know if you're gonna survive in this, man. Mm-hmm. What else we can get? I probably can get some more. Oh man. See, we in some serious time. My people just all about the world and this. They're not discerning the signs of the time. Okay. What else I can get? I know I can get something before I go. I had a lot of things, but we're gonna get. Let me see what else I get. Okay. They say U.S. is playing a dangerous game of nuclear chicken. Man. You see the time we are in. This is October 13th. Oh, 2020. Okay. All right, move on. This was okay. Get a couple more. This was 2 days ago. Mm-hmm. What else? I think that should be it. Got no more. So let's move on. What did it say? Yep. This was 2 days ago. We see this out. At the time, it said nuclear attack. Colorado set right in the crosshair of pointed targets. Would not Putin this out there for any fear? Munger post that is simple. A head up some things that I have no idea about until this little and Robert's information to know and to be aware of unlikely even a nuclear attack. Man, come on, man, get out of here. What the plan with this darn? Oh boy, there we go. Nuclear attack, man. Some serious time. What else we got? That should be it. Let me see. Well, let me see what we got. Here we already did this. Look at this. What's this? 17 hours ago. Putin ready to use other weapons to U.S. alarm scare the world. Man. What else? So you see, time that we are in. Let me see something real quick. So, let's see what time I got. What the heck going on here? Okay. So you see. All right, let's gonna go to a couple more scriptures. Close it out. So we did again, Matthew chapter 16, verse 3. In the morning it will be foul weather today, for the sky is red. And Lord, are you hypocrite? You could discern the face of the sky, but can't you not discern the signs of the time, right? Discern the signs of the time. Let's go to Luke. Luke chapter 12. Verse 49. Luke 12, verse 49, it say, I am come to send fire on the earth, and what it would be already kindled, right? Already kindled. Let's read again, Luke chapter 12, verse 49. I am come to send fire on the earth, and what will it if it would be already kindled? Luke chapter 12, verse 56. You hypocrite, you can discern the face of the sky and of the earth. But how about that you do not discern this time, right? This time. Luke 21, verse 34. How much time I get? All right, yeah, Luke 21, verse 34. It said, and take heed to yourself, let any time your heart be overcharged with suffering and drinking, and caring of this life, and also that they come upon you unaware, for as a snare shall come on all them that dwell on the face of the whole earth. Watch you therefore and pray always, that you may be accounted worthy to escape all those things that come to pass, and to stand before the Son of Man. Right? It said, watch you therefore and pray always. All right, let's go to 2 Peter. Chapter 3, verse 5. For this is the ruling are ignorant of the day by the word of the Most High. The heaven was of old, and the earth stood out of the water, and in the stand out of the water, and in the water, whereby the world that there was being overflowed with water perish. But the heaven and the earth, which are now by the same words kept in stores, reserved unto the fire against the day of judgment and perdition ungodly men. But beloved, be not ignorant of this one thing, that one day is with the Lord is 1,000 years, and 1,000 years as one day, right? As one day. 2 Peter chapter 3, verse 9, the Lord is not slack concerning his promise, as some men count slacking, but is long suffering to us were, not willing that any should perish, but all that should come to repentance. Right? Let me read again. 2 Peter 3, verse 9, the Lord is not slack concerning his promise, as some men count slacking, but is long suffering to us were, not willing that any should perish, but that all should come to repentance. Verse 10, the heaven and earth, but the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night. The thief in the night, in which the heavens shall pass away with great noise, and elements shall melt with fervent heat, and the earth also and the works that are therein shall be burnt up. Right? Shall be burnt. Seeing that all those things should be dissolved, what manner of person are you to be in all holy conversation and godliness, looking forward haste unto the coming of the day of our power, when then the heaven be of fire shall be dissolved, and the element shall melt with fervent heat. Right? Fervent heat. All right, let's go to Revelation. Always get this. Chapter 1, verse 3. It say, blessed he that readeth, and hear the word of this prophecy, and keep those things which are written therein, for the time is at hand. Right? For the time is at hand. Revelation chapter 1, verse 3, it said, blessed he that readeth, and hear the words of this prophecy, and keep those things which are written therein, for the time is at hand. Right? For the time is at hand. All right, I'm gonna close it out. We're gonna give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, by Shema Shah. Double honor to the apostle brothers, the elder, great millstone. Shalom to the hope for the elect. Shalom.